on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. We got our back against the wall, we gotta fight back. I need a theme song, this the right track. I ain't got no cape or no superpowers, just confidence and self-esteem, the world is ours. I believed in me when nobody didn't. This ain't no freestyle, just some facts that's written. Come on, let's hear it for the boy. He bringing pain at the same time, joy. I bob and weave through the crowd, so untouchable. At first they hate, then they loving you. It's a crazy cycle, but I'm going through it. I wish I was lying, that's why I show and prove it. I'm destined to be one of the best to do it. I ain't saying I'm the GOAT, but I'm closer to it. I should get a statue in the front yard. Man, I'm shooting up my stats like a shooting guard. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. I'll give it to you in 3D or even play-by-play. I'm your guest announcer, are you here today? Yo, let me get a show of hands if you rockin' with me. Ain't no stopping us now, we bout to bounce quickly. I'm about to start a movement, put your fist up. Everything all black from the wrist up, yeah. Leather gloves, no prints, what? We about to dip, deep cut, yeah. Now bring it back like a boomerang. Who that man, do that thing, coming through like Buddha Bang. Setting booby traps for girls and goofy cats. Hog tied and handcuffed through in the back. Zip locked and sealed up and tossed away. I don't know about your future, but it's bad today. I'm a prophet and a guru and the rap police. You in the belly of the beats, masterpiece. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Say take money, money, take money, money, money. Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. The root of all evil, I don't agree with that. It's hard to do when you riding around with 10 racks. Golden Arches, St. Louis, I'm the...
What up, homies? Oh, it's over. Interesting. We got the Night Owl. 2 songs in a row from Night Owl. I think he would be a top 10 rapper in the early 2000s. I'm serious. I know I say this every time, but those two songs would be top of the chart songs. Not today. Today, they don't know real music. They listen to, yeah. But back in the day, oh yeah, those would be 2 hit songs. I'm telling you. Chewy Shibrich, nice man. Short Cadena to 0. Cadena with the easiest short today. Whenever you see that thing pump, and whenever you see Cadena get back above this 200 moving average, we short it to 0. I love shorting this thing. Anyways, Cadena. I'm short Cadena right now. Anyways, guys, what's going on? What's going on? Jesus, Kiwi, Shock, Wes, Mike, I picked up a quarterback in the fantasy league today, so I'm good. I picked up Bryce Young. Unfortunately, Bryce Young. Which, I mean, that's the best they got. The waiver wire is pretty thin, so it is what it is. Scotty Swing, what's going on, bro? What's going on, Scotty Swing? Boot. Frank, you're not even in Cadena anymore. You can't be mad at me. You are a DAG, DAG, Maxi, I thought. What the hell, man? I would never short DAG, okay? So, just know that. Joey, what's going on, man? Joey took a bit of a break. No problem, man. I totally understand. I told you guys this the other day. I totally understand. It's the best time you can take a break, in my opinion. Anyways, let's talk some crypto. Let's talk some nonsense. We got 2 fans rolling? 2 fans? I can't even feel the fan. Jip. No. Joey said, Jordan, take Anthony Richardson for quarterback. I have Lamar Jackson, but I needed a backup because we know Lamar gets hurt pretty often. Because he's always running around like a freaking, like a cheetah out there, you know? Saywan, when BTC going to 20K? CZ will say funds are Seifu. True. We'll find out. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about the corn and what we can expect, or what I expect to happen, right? Bigger picture, I've sort of said this, unless some crazy thing happens at the moment, and, we've kind of had a lot of the good news already come out, right? We've had XRP win the case. We've had Grayscale win the case, right? We've had a lot of the things that we thought might push us higher actually push us lower. Right, and we go to say this a lot of times. Sometimes it's not even about the charts. It's when good news doesn't push you higher, right? I think you have to be a little bit skeptical of the market. And same thing when bad news doesn't push you lower. You have to be a little bit optimistic. So right now, I'm still kind of in that pessimistic, pessimistic mindset in the market. Now, this is big picture. If we squeeze up $1,000 today, that's fine. I'm talking about the bigger picture, right? So it's kind of why I have this arrow here. I think there's a lot of people short in the lows right now. So what I could see short term is I can see actually Bitcoin, and it might not happen today. We could still just go sideways for a couple more days, even a couple more weeks, and just kind of stay here. But I think Bitcoin squeezes out the late shorts. A lot of people short in the lows here on BTC, right? Which shorting the lows on BTC, maybe not the best. If you're going to short something, just short a shitcoin. You know what I mean? But I think we get in my opinion, we get a little bit of squeeze up back to like 26.8. We have that 200 4-hour EMA, which we got rejected from last time we got a little squeeze up. And I think we find a little bit of resistance there. And actually look to actually continue lower. How long does this take? I don't know. Like I said, it could take a few days, could take a few weeks. Shit, I mean, based on the way Bitcoin moves, it could take a few months at this point, right? But that's still my overall outlook unless something crazy changes overall, right? That's my honest outlook. I could lie to you guys and say we're going all-time highs in two months, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Let's see. Joey said, took him a late round in a keeper league. Hopefully it works out. You know who I picked up today, too, in the fantasy league? I picked up Kareem Hunt. Because if he gets signed somewhere, oh, my Lord, going to have a running back 1 if he gets signed somewhere, man. Because I think Kareem Hunt is super underrated running back. He just needs to go to the right team, man. I was hoping the Colts pick him up. That would be literally perfect. But it doesn't seem like they're going to. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's Let's see. Jalen Hurts, former off coordinator. The new coach, I like it. Yeah. The Jalen Hurts. Listen, man, I think he's going to have a little bit of a pull down from last year. I don't know if he can do any better than he did last year. Last year, he was incredible. But you know how it is. When teams start figuring you out after that sort of 1 year of massive production, usually the production falls off a little bit. The Eagles are still going to be good. I just don't know if they're going to be as good as they were last year. Reminds me of the Lamar Jackson MVP season, where he was just lighting it up, and then teams figured him out, and yeah, he kind of went from there. Even though Hurts is a little bit better of a passer, though. Anyways, bigger picture, right? Still, the weekly kind of looks like shit, right? And we've talked about this a few times. As soon as we broke below the bull market support band, you had to be skeptical. On this run-up of the Grayscale news, you had all the Moon Boys calling for all-time highs in 2 months because Grayscale won the case. We said be a little bit cautious as Bitcoin kind of tests this, and don't get too over-enthusiastic, because historically when Bitcoin breaks below this, it tends to struggle for a little bit, right? And that's what we've seen so far. So still, the weekly kind of looks like poop. I still think that we ultimately end up and test this overall trend line that's been holding since 2017. That's marked all the major lows since 2017. I think we end up hitting that at some point, whether we dump to it or go sideways. Same shit. And ultimately, what makes sense to me is we go to the CME chart, right? Where do we got a CME gap? We got a CME gap between 20,000 and 21,000, right? So if you take into account where I think the weekly kind of looks like doo-doo, you got that CME gap between 20,000 and 21,000, as well as, what I see is a lot of the people that are waiting to buy are looking for Bitcoin to come and test the bottom of this range again, right? Up to that, $20,000 area. I think you'll have a lot of people coming in and scooping shit up at that region. So that's also where the 702 retracement is, right? Same exact level. So that's where I think we end up. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be today. I don't think it's going to be next week. I don't think it's going to be next month. This is probably a few months out, if I had to guess. As the market's just super boring right now. No one's trading. The fast moves are just very slow. There's no fast moves. It's just very slow moving market at the moment. So that's where I think we end up at this moment. Why? Because the good news gets sold off. And when good news gets sold off, that's not the best thing in the world. And, as we know, you have a lot of these big players looking to enter crypto. It makes sense that they might want to enter a little bit lower here, right? So, that's really it, guys. I mean, there's not much else that's changed. Altcoins, listen, if Bitcoin's looking weak, I think the altcoins are looking even weaker. Any big altcoin pumps, I'm looking to sell into resistance. That's worked a million times in the last month or two. That's why Cadena's the one of the day. Cadena gets a big pump into resistance. I'm shorting this shit back down. Because I told you guys, these pumps on these altcoins don't last, right? Some of these are some of the easiest shorts in the world. Because they're just taking liquidity and you just short them back down to the downside. It's not like they're going lower. It's just that they're range bound. There's just not enough liquidity in the market to push these higher at the moment. So that's really it. Now we can talk about aliens and food. Let's do it. Horse guy will long. Hey man, I actually wouldn't. A long right now in BTC, I would not be against. I think you can get a little short-term move up right now, just because you got a lot of people probably short in the lows, expecting lower right away, which typically you don't see lower right away. You see a squeeze up, and then you see the lower price. Java just long Gala. Java turned into a bull at the right time, huh? He might have. What's Horse Guy doing today? Let's see. What is Horse Guy doing? Oh, Jordan is feeling a little bearish. Well, Jordan is feeling bearish. So I will short here. I will short Bitcoin at support. I will not wait for a pump to short. Right, guys? Let's all short support. If we all short on the stream, we can push Bitcoin lower and be rich. And then we can buy more spot at the low. So guys, let's short Bitcoin. Okay? Not at 26.8. Now. Okay? Okay. I will see you guys later. I'm going to eat hay for breakfast. Because hay is my favorite food. Jordan will have chicken tikka masala. Okay? I am out of here. Peace. Okay, so horse guys short in support. So we know what the retail's doing. They're short in support here. They ain't longing. They ain't longing here. They're not going to short here. They're going to short right here. So, yeah. We know what horse guy's doing. So we'll so we'll see. Horse guy's buying KDA. KDA is about to go all the way back down. It's about to go all the way back down here. Hold on. Watch. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow. It kind of depends on what Bitcoin does today. If Bitcoin squeezes up, you might see Cadena hold. But if Bitcoin just continues to kind of like just go sideways, I would not be surprised to see Cadena all the way back down here tomorrow. But, hey, here's what we're going to do. Okay? Wait, no, that's not it, guys. I am also buying Cadena. Look at this pump. It is the next big L1. Yes, Ryan Mata said Cadena has the best fundamentals in the game, so I will buy Cadena on the pump. I could have bought the lower, but I was scared. Now I am confident. Okay, guys, Cadena will go on its own bull market without Bitcoin. Okay? Just like XRP was. I gotta throw a little XRP shade in there. Alright. Anyways. Hey, Zeus! Squid said, I'm supposed to be working, but after a long weekend, I'm extending. Nice, man. Just extend. Extend it out. You don't need to go to work. You probably should be going to work. Now's the time we should be stacking the cash to be buying some of this fear that I think is coming at some point here. Who else we got? Hay for breakfast? Yeah. We got hay for breakfast. Franco said, maybe BTC will pump earlier than expected. Kind of like when Jordan left the draft early. Yeah, I left the draft early, Franco. Listen, I had the starters that I needed. Okay? I don't even need, trust me. Franco, I already won the league based off my team. Okay? My starting lineup, the league's already won. It's over for you. Okay? I'm letting you know now. And I'll tell you this, that's going to even make it even sweeter. I was only at the draft for the starters. If you lose to a guy who did not draft the bench, rookie. All right? I'm telling you right now. Anyways, what else is going on in the market? S&P's at a big resistance level, right? I mean, if you just take a look over here, right? So obviously we need the S&P to kind of continue up if we want to see Bitcoin show some strength, especially when Bitcoin has no strength in it. We got resistance here in September. It was support, resistance. We kind of got back above. Now we're back below. So this right here is a big level. This box right here, right? So we're fighting with that. As always, we respect resistance as resistance. So I'm expecting this to be a tough level for this to crack. So obviously keep in mind of that. And the dollar is also getting a little bit of a move up. Dollar's at a resistance level right here in the short term. So just know that, right? You got a little resistance here. It's at a local resistance. You kind of spiked above, got back below. So maybe a little pullback. But I think the dollar has got a little bit higher to go here at this point. I think it's going to come and test this range high. This is the range low. This is the range high. I'm expecting it to come up to like 105 or so. 105, 106, and then we'll talk. But that'll be the big level where the dollar probably gets a little bigger, deeper pullback. And you might see Bitcoin a little bit of a relief rally at that point. So I think the dollar's got a little bit higher to go, though, at this point. I have Hertz and Justin Jefferson. Mike, did you see my team? If Cooper Kupp can stay healthy, which, you know, is a little bit of a dice roll. The fact that I got Diggs and Cooper, who, what are you laughing at? Huh? Me? Why are you laughing at me? Yeah, my team is the best. My team is the best. I knew he was going to say that after the first 5 stars. Exactly, Mike. That's what I'm saying. I don't need a bench. You know? I will handicap you guys by not drafting the bench. Right? That's it. That's it, man. Franco said we are in Q4 the pre-halving year. Yeah, if you just want to keep this simple, guys. I mean, this is my favorite chart to look at, just to remind me of not to be too pessimistic and not to be too optimistic, right? This is where Bitcoin is. Could we see 20K? Absolutely. Could we see a move higher based off of, I don't know, maybe we have a banking collapse? We know what happened last time Bitcoin had a banking collapse. Or the market had a banking, we had some banks collapse. Bitcoin pumped. Maybe we get a pump up. Ultimately, I think Bitcoin stays between 20K and 40K, right? Until the halving. I think that's the most logical, realistic approach, right? Not calling for like doomsday and not calling for moon boy targets, right? Just understanding that at this point in the cycle, Bitcoin's done the same thing it always has, and at this point in the cycle, it tends to kind of stay in a very narrow range. Where you could still get moves up and moves down, but you don't tend to get those massive moves that you have the moon boys calling for, the doom boys calling for. You kind of just end up staying relatively flat, right? That's what I'm expecting, right? This green line's where the halving is, right? This blue fractal is the 2016 fractal. This is where the halving was in that. This orange fractal is the 2019 market, 2020 market. This is where the halving was in that. You can see I expect at the time of the halving, so 8 months from now, 7 months from now actually now, I'm expecting Bitcoin to be around 31, 32K. Right? Nothing crazy. What happens before then? Do we pump and then dump into it? Do we dump and then pump into it? Who the frick knows? I don't got a crystal ball. You don't got a crystal ball. Right? But ultimately, that's where I think we end up. 7 months from now. Some Bitcoin will be somewhere 30, 31, 32K. Right in there. Other than that, it's going to be chop fest. You might get some good buying opportunities, and that's why any type of move into the lower 20Ks, I think that's a fantastic time to load up, and that's when most people aren't going to want to load up. Just like when we had the FTX crash, it was doomsday, FTX collapsing, contagion. No one was looking to buy down there. I think it'll be the same thing if we get a dump back down to the lower 20Ks, which once again I don't have a crystal ball. I actually think that's the more likely scenario, but I don't have a crystal ball. I have no way to know. If we do, you're going to hear a lot of the same shit. You're going to hear Binance FUD, Tether FUD, all the same shit that you always hear. And no one's going to want to buy, even though right now everyone's like, I would so buy 20K. All right, let's see what happens when we get there. It's way different when we actually get there versus when we're above it, right? When we get there, there's going to be max FUD. If we get there, right? I don't know if we do. But it's going to be max FUD, and it's not going to be a comfy cloud, just like it wasn't when the FTX crash happened. It wasn't a comfy cloud, right? It wasn't a comfy cloud at all. It's going to be the same shit. Same shit, different day. BitMax a crystal ball. Yeah, wish we had a crystal ball. Crystal ball is the best. The longer it blows, the higher it goes. I agree, Wayne. That is a great thing. It's a great thing. I just think, dude, I just think the market's going to do the same thing it always has, man. I mean, like, we make this super difficult, but I think the market's going to do this. Early next year, actually, I'd say middle of next year, that's when I'm probably expecting some shit to hit the fan, right? So, but people hit, like, things hitting the fan is a bad thing. But historically, when things hit the fan, okay, you might dump initially, but then that's when the Fed really starts changing their policy. That's when they start printing money, and that's when typically when markets go nuts, right? So take any type of bad thing, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad short term, but that's ultimately what pushes the market higher in the long term is the money printing. So, I honestly, I think based off this, probably what happens is like in the middle of next year, right? Maybe like the beginning of next year, something hits the fan, and then something in the market changes, right? And I'm expecting higher prices. Obviously, if when we get there, we'll see, right? You got to take it day by day. You got to know when to flip bias. You got to know when to be bullish and bearish. But as of right now, nothing's changed. It's just the same shit. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Different day. It's like Clint's betting. It does the same thing it always does. Yeah, it does. But yeah, we're just in the boring part of the market. Just accept it. Just accept it. Don't be searching, looking for videos, because I know I've done this in the past where you're bored and you search up crypto bull market and you search for a video that supports what you want to happen. Don't do that. It's easy to do that, right? You search Bitcoin 100K, right? And you find some huge moon boy who's calling for 100K in a month. You'll find those videos. And if you're a huge doom boy and you're looking for an 8K or 5K BTC, you could easily find those videos. Those are very popular right now. Just search Bitcoin crash. You'll get all the dopamine you need. Most likely, neither of those things are happening. Most likely, you're going to see neither of those. You're just going to see right in between. Neither side's going to be happy. That's called the depression phase. Where neither side, the bears aren't happy or the bulls aren't happy. Because you're just doing nothing. You know what I mean? And that's where we are right now. Is that depression phase. Which is worse than actually going down. Market going sideways is worse than down. I've always said that. Now you guys understand what I mean. A lot of you guys used to say that's not true, but now you guys see what I mean. When the market goes sideways, it's worse than going down. It's way worse. Way worse. Oh, man. Mike said the OP unlock is worrisome. Give me some lower OP, man. Let's look at OP. Optimism chart. We talked about optimism last week. I think optimism looks pretty bearish. Let's go take a look. Massive bear flag on this bad boy. Where is it? And it lines up with the unlock, you know? Here is the daily chart on OP. All right, look, it's playing out. Look, you had your first downtrend. This is very simple shit. Like, this is stuff that you could learn if you just search a 2-second video. You know, you can learn this for free on YouTube. There's people charging $100 a month to teach you this shit. Just search it free on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you basically got a downtrend. You come up in an upwards channel, which is a bear flag, right? I also use the bull market support band as confluence. See how you came right back up to that on the retest? Rejected. I'm looking. I would not be surprised. This is based off my hypothesis that Bitcoin's going lower. I would not be surprised to see this come all the way back down and test the lows. All the way back down here. That's the target of this bad boy. See? Boom. We put the target down here. That gets you right back down to those lower levels. Would not be surprised to see it come all the way back down to like 60 cents. Wouldn't not be shocked. Does it have to? No. Once again, I don't have a crystal ball. But the chart's telling me this is going lower. That's it. That's it. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen next week. It might not happen next month. It might not happen the month after that. Who knows? You know? It's just unlocking more fun. You know what I mean? It is what it is. BTC with the same market cap as gold would cost around 670K. That is true. That is true. Someday. I mean, we know that here's the thing about Bitcoin. Now we're kind of talking boring shit right now, but I need a rant alert.
Rant alert.
Here's the thing about BTC. Okay? The boomers, here's what we need to understand about crypto. Okay? We are, and people don't think that we're early in this. We're early in this. You know why we're early in this? Who are the people in the world with the most money? Okay? Old people. Old people have the most money. Okay? They do. It's a fact. Old people don't know anything about technology. You might have maybe 1% of them that do. Okay? Most people, old people don't even know how to use their phone, never mind crypto. You know what I'm saying? We are early in this for that simple fact alone, is that the younger generation is into technology. We love technology, right? And as my generation and the generation before me, we grew up on technology. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna love, and this is why I'm super bullish on things like crypto, AI, metaverse, because we grew up with all this shit, right? And that's why, as we are the ones with the most money, and you know, obviously we don't like to talk about it, but as the doomers, or as the boomers, I should say, go away, you know, RIP, you know, that money gets inherited by the younger people who are into technology, right? And that money starts flowing into technology. So That's why a lot of people say we're not early on this type of stuff. I think it's so early for crypto, AI, metaverse, all that stuff. I think those three things are going to be the future. It's just a matter of time. It's because a lot of things in the government is controlled by old people. Like I forget the stat, but it's like 75% of government is over the age of, I forget, 60 or some shit like that. Half those people don't even know how to use the smartphone. You know what I'm saying? And we think that we're not early on technology-based assets. Come on, man. Please, man. We know about technology. Let's see. This generation knows nothing of technology either. They just TikTok and pretend. That's true, Beth. I mean, most people don't. You know? That is true. I guess my point is we use technology, right? Or at least we think we use technology, right? We think we do. Do most people know how to program on a computer or ever used Metaverse or used Uniswap or any type of DEX? Probably not, right? But we would be able to figure it out easier than a 70-year-old man who doesn't even know how to get to his contacts on an iPhone. You know what I mean? It's all relative, right? It's all relative, you know? It's all relative. What is your finale prediction for BTC for this year? Dude, that's like you're rolling the dice. You're rolling the dice. I mean, if I had to just do a simple guess, I don't know what it's going to be at the end of this year. I have no clue. My only guess that I'm willing to make, and it's just based off history, is that Bitcoin in April of 2024, 7 months from now, I think it'll be in the low 30Ks. That's the only guess I'm willing to make. Other than that, like I said, you're trying to have a crystal ball and trying to guess exactly where it is at a certain time. No one can do that, right? No one can freaking do that. We're just in the middle of this like boring period. But like I said, the guess that I'll have is 7 months from now. I think Bitcoin will be somewhere right here. We'll just draw a box. Somewhere in this zone. Right there. Old people are grumpy as heck. Yeah. Well, you gotta understand. Old people are grumpy because I've actually figured this out. You know why old people are grumpy? It's because the world changes around them and they don't like change, right? People don't like change. So when the whole world is changing around them and they don't understand anything that's going around them, they get grumpy, right? Right? I mean, it is what it is. Like, we're going to be grumpy someday, you know? 30, 40 years from now, the world's going to look way different, even if we're still alive. Who the frick knows at this point? 30, 40 years from now, dude, we're going to be pissed off at shit. We're going to be probably having robots flying around and shit, being like, I don't want to use a freaking robot. Back in my day, we used to use the computer to do shit. Now you just ask a robot to do it for you. Christ. Isn't that so true? We're going to be thinking that using a computer was back in the old days, right? It's so funny. It's so funny, man. Back in my day, we actually worked. We used a computer and pressed the keyboard. Now people just sit on their ass on the couch and tell a robot to cook for them. That's what we're going to be saying. And in reality, we sit at a computer and type. It's just as lazy. But that's going to be looked at as work, probably in 30 years. You know? Oh, that. Man. Lord. Jamie King, do you know chicken tikka masala was invented in the UK, in Glasgow, why am I saying Scotland? Therefore, chicken tikka masala is a British dish. No way, is it? Listen, I don't care where it's from, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta check on Cadena, man. I'm balls deep in a Cadena short. My favorite coin to short, by the way.
Did you know chicken tikka masala was invented in the UK, in Glasgow, Scotland?
Where's KDA?
Therefore,
oh my God, yes, let's go.
Is a British dish. You're welcome.
I knew this thing was gonna absolutely get fried. Let's freaking rock and roll, baby. Oh yeah, send that shit back down to Hades, and I know it's not Hades, but that's what I say. Get that shit down. Later.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
Later. Sorry, Frank. It's over. Ah! Send that shit to zero. Yeah. Beans tikka masala is my favorite English breakfast. Nice. Market is open. I love chicken tikka masala. I mean, okay, apparently it's a UK dish. It's one of my favorite dishes. Definitely in my top, definitely, I mean, I have a big list of my top food items. It changes daily. Yeah, it's in my top, I'll say top 10. I'll say top 10. I don't have like a full order of my favorite food items. Because it changes. It changes every day. You know what I mean? Let's go BTC. BTC, yeah, BTC. I still think gets a short squeeze here. You're gonna have all the people shorting the lows on BTC. Once again, shorting an altcoin that just had like a massive bump is different. But if you're shorting Bitcoin at support, RIP. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be looking for a Bitcoin short here. Right here. Right around like 26.8. Maybe we get a slightly above it. But I think this price action here, right? So this down candle, I think this gets filled with some price action here. I think that gets filled with some price action. And then I'll be looking for a short here. Right here. If it gets stopped out, whatever. If this continues higher from here, Bitcoin's probably actually looking decent. But this is where I'll probably look for a short. Right around this area here. Not right here. If it just dumps from here, okay, so be it, man. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes that happens, but I'm going to look for a little bit of a short squeeze and then try to get this back down. Remember when cars had cigarette lighter standard? Yeah, I do. Mike said, Jordan, have you ever seen somebody draft Kelsey first before? What was Franco doing? Listen, I get it. I get Franco's theory on his Kelsey short, or not his Kelsey short, his Kelsey short, his Kelsey #1 draft pick. Okay, but you got to understand. Okay, the problem I have with that pick is, yes, he's the #1 tight end, but you're basically basing it off like historic numbers. You know what I mean? Like basically, if Kelsey doesn't put up like an all-time great tight end season, that's just a waste of a pick. You know what I mean? Basically, to justify taking a tight end #1, they have to have a top 5 tight end season of all time, which actually I don't actually doubt that he will. As long as Mahomes is alive, he's gonna put up good numbers. But to justify #1, it's a little ballsy, but you know, I respect it. I respect the balls. I respect the balls. I do. I respect the balls. Let's see. Was the good old days, Wayne? What was the good old days for everyone, man? The good old days is different for everyone. You know what I mean? It's different for everyone. I'm just reading the chat here, fellas. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Another day of a pretty boring market, so thanks for coming in, hanging out, and doing what we do, man. This is what we do. This is what we do. Okay? We're gonna get through this together, this boring period here. Okay? But also staying realistic. Stay realistic at this time, guys. Don't get too down, don't get too up. Just stay realistic. Look at the probabilities, look at what's possible, and that's it. You know? WD, oh, it can get worse, WDWE. It can get worse, man. I think when we hit 100, like if we get to a stream where there's only 100 people watching, yeah. But the thing about the market is, there's not a lot of people watching because it's boring. Even if you get a lower price, people will be flying back. If you get a higher price, people will be flying back. That's how the market works. Whether it's red or green, people like to watch. If it's flat, people don't like to watch. And basically, Bitcoin's been flat since like March. 6 months of really nothing really happening. Between 25 and 30K. We've been in a 5K range for 6 months. It's been pretty brutal. But as soon as you see a red candle, that's when people start watching crypto again. Or as soon as you see a big green candle, that's when people start watching crypto again. But to bottom out, which I actually think this is a really good indicator too. I think we bottom out at like 100 viewers on the stream. That's what I think. That's what I think, man. I remember watching George in the last bear market, or actually watching a few of my favorite guys in the last bear market. I mean, some of these people were getting like these big channels, 100 viewers at a time. You know what I mean? That's how it is at the end of a bear, is you just have no one that's interested, right? Literally no one, which is cool. I think that's a good indicator too. I think to bottom out on that, what we could see is, obviously maybe Bitcoin does something like this, comes up a little bit, comes back down, and then we just kind of chop here for a little bit. Or sorry, probably a little bit lower than that. Hold on. To bottom out on the sentiment, right? Maybe not bottom out sentiment, but like social awareness. I guess social awareness is a good way to put it. You come up like this, maybe get a little squeeze down, you come up, retest. This point right here is where I would expect like to bottom out on like just people caring. Right here, right? Right here is where I would expect people to be like, all right, screw this, right? And not just screw this, probably sell out and not be interested, which you kind of need both of those things. Right here, something like that. This is my base case at the moment. This is where you just see absolute depression and apathy. Right here. Right as that CME gap gets filled. Jordan will do a cry video when we go over under 100. Facts. Boot said people ain't coming back until all-time high. That is true, Boot. No one believes that until it actually happens. Watch. That's how it is. If we go another, and I'm just doing hypotheticals. If something like this happens, right, and Bitcoin starts coming back up, you're still not going to see people interested until Bitcoin gets close to all-time highs. That's how it was last time. I was making videos back here. When did people start really watching crypto content? It was when Bitcoin got back above 20K. I remember it was like December and January. That's when just my channel started getting a lot more viewers, right? December and January. That's when most people get interested. It's going to be the same thing now, right? So you're starting to see people leave. They might say they'll be back when the market starts getting a little bullish. They're not. They usually don't, though. They usually wait until they start seeing it on the news. Oh, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, and then they come back. It's the same cycle over and over and over again, But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Any single ladies want some time with a Discord mod? Oh, Lord. Bath, show me a hammer. Show me a hammer. Drop the hammer on a few people. You know what I mean? Oh, Lord. $233 days until the halving. Yeah. 233 days until the halving. It's actually pretty quick. I remember when that was like a distant memory. I remember in 2022, it was like, dude, we have to wait like 2.5 years until that shit. Now we're like half a year away, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And everything's kind of lining up, right? Depression phase of the market, just no one interested, right? Rate hikes as far as macro seem to be over unless something crazy happens and inflation starts just taking off again. Seems like now we got unemployment starting to tick up, which is, once again, bad in the short term, good in the long term, because when unemployment starts to go up, that's when the Fed pivots. That's when shit hits the fan. Like I said, when shit hits the fan, it's bad short term, good long term, because ultimately, what happens when shit hits the fan? You get the money printer, which is the reason why markets go up in the first place, because our whole economy is a Ponzi scheme. But yeah, everything seems to be lining up to next year. Jim Cramer is bullish on BNB. Oh, no, he's not. If he is, it's over. It's over. Bath will just show him his Harry Potter Sonic Edu. Yeah. Harry Potter Sonic Edu. I love that coin, man. It's such a random thing. It just got so lucky getting the Bitcoin ticker, right? Like $ Bitcoin. So lucky, man. Other than that, like I don't even know how that was still available. How was that even still available? And then they named the coin Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Edu or some shit like that. Crazy, man. How is that even available? It's genius. All someone had to do was like make Bitcoin 2 or something like that. And just have the ticker Bitcoin and would have went nuts. Oh, look at Cadena. Oh, Cadena. Easiest short of my life. Goodbye, fella. It was good to know you. If you were the horse guy, guys, never buy Cadena at the top. Never buy Cadena when it pumps. Because you will be my liquidity to enter a short. Goodbye, fellow young sir. There it goes. Oh my lord. That's going all the way back down to the low. And you got the deviation now. It's over. Later, bro. Later. It's brilliance. Gary Gensler is bullish on now lower lows. Mike said I still have some $27 a container. Oh, Lord. That said, it was available on BSC in 2021. It's still available on ETH at the end of 2022. Yeah, it's crazy to me. Even during the peak bull run, like no one picked up Bitcoin ticker. You know, it might even be better for Bitcoin to have $ Bitcoin. Shit. Rather than $ BTC. You probably have noobs that think that's Bitcoin. You'd be surprised, but you probably have noobs that think that's Bitcoin. You know, like they don't read the Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Edu part. They just see $ Bitcoin and they buy it. It's like I swear back in the days, in 2021 when Ethereum was pumped, like remember when Bitcoin was pumped and Ethereum wasn't doing anything? Everyone's like Ethereum's dead, and then all of a sudden Ethereum just started absolutely going nuts. At the same time, what else was going nuts? Ethereum Classic. I swear it was the same shit. People saw Ethereum Classic thinking, okay, Classic must mean that's the real Ethereum because it's the Classic Ethereum, and that shit just went to the moon. I think it was the same thing. That's why ETC. I would not be against having a bag of ETC as we start to approach the halving, because I know as soon as Ethereum pumps, the noobs are going to get into ETC because they think it's the real Ethereum because it's Ethereum Classic. It's the best name in the world, honestly. Same people who buy ETH Classic and Bitcoin Cash. Exactly, man. Bitcoin Cash did that crap to people, didn't give any indication they were buy BCH instead of BCC. Pissed off a lot of people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Ugh. What is it, 9:45? How the market's looking? What's the DXY doing? Yeah, DXY to me is coming up tier. That's going to put a little sell pressure on Bitcoin in the short term. When the one thing I could say is if the dollar comes up here, you probably get a little bit of a pullback. This might be the point where Bitcoin might get a little bit of a rally. Like I said, that could be like a few days from now, though, right? So if the dollar pushes up to here, this pullback here is probably when Bitcoin would probably get a squeeze higher, is my guess. But ultimately, I don't know, man. This structure on the dollar looks super bullish. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, deviate the lows. I don't know. We'll find out. And then the S&P still finding a little resistance there. NASDAQ kind of struggling there too. So we'll watch those. But at the moment, it's I wouldn't be against Bitcoin longs, and I also wouldn't be against altcoin shorts. that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Somebody watched. Yes, Joel. Yeah, he makes good videos on those, man. But yeah, you can definitely tell the overall, you know, as that starts to go down, it doesn't really mean you bottom though. I think an important thing to remember is just because the market's boring, and people aren't watching videos or on Twitter or Google searching Bitcoin, doesn't mean the lows are in. What I would say with that is when it gets super boring, the any type of bad news is a buying opportunity. So that's why right now I feel like some type of bad news is coming. I feel like that, but that bad news is going to be the great opportunity. Because I will say, like, I want to remind you guys this every day. If you look at the past year, what has told you the highs and the lows of every point in Bitcoin, right? Bad news, FTX. So as soon as you bottom out, you start to go sideways. That was the low. Bacon crisis, right? That was the low, right? Coinbase and Binance sued by the SEC. That was the low. And then obviously we come to the highs. What marked the high? Literally the high candle was XRP winning the case, right? So bad news low, bad news low, bad news low, good news high, right? XRP winning the case, and then we dump. Oh, Grayscale wins the case against the SEC, marks the high, right? So all bad news has marked lows, and the two best things that could have happened for the market marked highs, right? What does that tell me? Market was bullish here, market's bearish here. But what I'm looking for is, on any type of really bad news, I believe that's going to mark a low, right? Who knows what it is? It could just be a rumor. It doesn't have to be anything that's true. But anything that pushes the market down and gets the market super scared on bad news, I think that's going to mark some type of low. It's just a matter of when. It might not happen today. Like I said, this could be months from now. But I'm kind of waiting for that bad news to really get the market really rolling again. And then you start hearing the 10 and 12K. As soon as you start hearing the 10 and 12K calls again, right, after some type of bad news, that's when you know the market's likely at a low point, right? It is what it is.
What happened to the night streams, bro? You put the hammer down already?
What happened to the night streams, John? Doing other stuff. Man. Other work. So I, unfortunately, some days I can do the night streams, right? So, once or twice a week I'll be able to do the night streams. Mostly mornings though, right? I think this week, Thursday and Friday, I should be able to do night streams this week, right? So that is that, man. But yeah, that's that. And honestly, like, at this point in the market, I know we were doing 2 streams for a while, and that was just kind of like, doing 2 streams a day is just so pointless. And honestly, like, the night streams are a little bit more relaxing. The morning streams are a little more relaxing too. But at some point, we'll get back to the 2 streams a day. But right now, while the market's boring and there's not too much going on, it's best for me to do 1 a day and do some other stuff during some other time, right? So that's as far as that, John. Bath said OnlyFans is paying him better. Yes, OnlyFans is paying me better. The fart jars are rolling in. All right, so if you guys want a fart jar, I've always said 50 cents plus shipping. It's yours. It's yours. Visa expands its cross-border payments to Solana. Are we saying that's bullish news? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. Remember this. Okay, be careful of the good news. All right, be careful of the good news. You probably get sold to squeeze up to the 200 EMA here. Maybe fill in this little inefficiency here. But you know, as this squeeze up, you get some quote unquote bullish news. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm looking for some shorts. Maybe not at this right moment, but if this squeezes up, all right, maybe gets back above here. You squeeze up, woohoo! Yeah, we're bullish. And then we get back below here, retest, boom. Careful on altcoin shorts right now, because at any moment, Bitcoin can get a squeeze higher, and you're gonna see the altcoin market probably squeeze higher too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would be very, very careful on any type of altcoin short right now. Right? You're playing a dangerous game with Bitcoin at support. You know what I mean? You'll take a case of fart jars, Bath? All right. You want a 12-pack? $6 plus shipping. Boom. All you're doing is paying for the jar. I can't bring myself to charge someone for gas that comes out of my body. You know? I cannot even do it. Free shipping if you buy the whole case. Yeah. The free shipping. The free shipping is the way to go. All right, guys. Once again, if you want a fart jar, go to jordancamirandcrypto.com. Just kidding. There's no website. Don't go there. There's no website. Don't go there. If you want a fart jar, jordancamirandcrypto.com. 50 cents plus shipping. It's all yours. Other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll see what happens here in the market, right? There's not too much going on. I'm still expecting this price action. I just don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's going to happen today or the next week or whatever. We could still chop down here for a little bit, but I'm expecting something like this. 26.8, right? Squeeze up, squeeze the bottom shorters, and then probably get a move lower. It's my guess. Do I know? I have no clue. I don't have a crystal ball. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't want a crystal ball, because what would be the fun in that? That would take all the fun out. I'm out of here. Catch you guys tomorrow. Mirth, later bro, Lee Zapp, Bath, later bro, Pelagic, Scotty Swing. Yeah, you got to eat a lot of beans for the fart jars, man. How else would you get the gas? You know? Wayne said never panic sniff your fart jars. Listen, sometimes you got to smell your own fart to see how your stomach's feeling. You know what I mean? You're lying if you say you never sniffed your own fart. You're lying. I know you are. Later, man. Vance Bands, peace. Alan, Keith. Keith just got here. Damn, Keith. My bad, bro. Well, you can rewatch it. I'll catch you tomorrow, buddy. Rod. What else we got in here? AA. It would be fun to have a crystal ball. It would be fun to have a crystal ball. Actually, I take that back. And just knowing every move. Oh, Lord. You get all the clout in the world just knowing every single move. Later, guys. Peace. Oh, we gotta wait for this to load, so you get awkward silence from me for 2 minutes. All right, there we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Later!